In this video, I'm looking at the Kiwi Ears Orchestra Lite in-ear monitors. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Review. So the Kiwi Ears Orchestra Lite, let's pull them into the shot. There they are. And what we have here is an 8 balanced armature driver IEM with a 3-way passive crossover, and it's priced at $249. Now before we get started on the IEMs, let's have a quick look at the cable. It's a standard SPC, a silver plated copper cable, 2-pin 0.78mm connectors and a straight 3.5mm plug. It handles nicely, it's fairly supple, it's lightweight, so overall it is a good cable. Now let's bring the IEMs in and ta-da! Look at that, aren't they just gorgeous? They come in green or blue, and they've got these solid resin shells. Like most common IEMs these days are they have a hollow center, they're hollowed out 3D printed. These are actually solid, so they've got a little bit more heft to them. They're not heavy, but what that does, it gives them really good passive noise isolation, assuming you're getting a good fit. So they do block out a bit more external noise than your average IEMs. But just have a look at the craftsmanship. They are absolutely beautiful. There's the internal circuitry and the crossovers, the balanced armature drivers in there. They are dual, of course. And finally, triple bore nozzles there. And overall, they are just absolutely beautiful in my opinion. When it comes to comfort, they're pretty good. They're quite comfortable, but they are slightly bulky. So they sort of protrude a little bit out from your ears, but nothing too dramatic. Overall, the build is fantastic. Right to say, how do they sound? Let's get into it. Well, when it comes to sound signature, these are well balanced and pretty much neutral. While they're not exactly the most thrilling performers, they do have a nice accurate tone and timbre, and that makes these an excellent choice for like musicians and audio engineers, people who require or desire a flat response without any coloration. The soundstage is spacious and the separation between instruments is distinct. The imaging is nice and precise, which allows, I'm doing all these rhymes today. The imaging is nice and precise, which allows you to locate individual instruments within a mix nice and easily. And overall, the Orchestra Lite offers a reliable, analytical sound that is perfect for critical listening. And when I say analytical, I don't mean it's like bright or sharp or edgy. It's just very flat. We'll put up the graph here and let's talk about the bass. So moving on to the bass, the mid bass is plentiful and it's warm. It's got these lovely rounded notes, and that adds to the overall warmth of the sound signature in general. Thanks to being an all-BA driver IEM, the bass is also fast and it's tight, so that ensures that you don't lose any details in the lower frequencies. However, if you are a bass head who craves deep thumping bass, specifically sub bass, the Orchestra Lite is probably not the best fit for you. It doesn't offer a heavy bass experience, and I guess some people might find it lacking in that department. Nonetheless, if you prioritize accuracy and speed over raw power, you'll appreciate the Orchestra Lite's bass response. The mid bass is actually fairly meaty, and I don't find that lacking at all, but in the sub bass region, it just has a very light, not physical rumble. As for the mid range though, it's rich and it's detailed, making it one of the standout features of the Orchestra Lite. Vocal and instrument notes are neutral, or maybe slightly warmer than neutral, but not overly so. The mids have a slight forwardness, and that contributes to their naturalness and realism, but it also softens transients and percussion attacks, and that's mainly due to the mid-range's relation to the treble, which we'll get into a little bit. But they're still very highly resolving and definitely enjoyable to listen to. Whether you're listening to acoustic guitar, piano, or vocals, the mid-range here delivers sort of a really nice transparent sound. So onto that treble now, and the highs are fairly soft, but they're quite airy as well. But there's definitely no harshness or sharpness. The level of detail retrieval is impressive, and you get crisp and light crash cymbals that never sound artificial or sharp. However, some may find the treble is a little bit too polite and it lacks excitement. There aren't any significant dips or peaks, which ensures a smooth listening experience, but it also means that the treble doesn't have the sparkle or sizzle that some people like to hear. Overall, the Orchestra Lite offers a highly detailed and accurate sound and natural sound that is sort of perfect for those who prioritize neutrality over a more exciting sort of presentation. Now, when looking at that frequency response, you might be tempted to liken it somewhat to the Zen's Manguard T2, and that is true in a lot of ways. They do both have sort of a very linear sound signature from the bass, the mids and the treble are all fairly even and kind of flat in there. That gives it a very easygoing sort of tonality, very smooth overall, but not the most exciting. However, the T2 does have that dynamic driver, and you can really feel that, especially in the sub bass. But keep in mind also that this one, the T2, is significantly more expensive, so they both got these nice, very smooth, kind of semi-rolled off highs. However, they both have good detail retrieval still, and that's just due to their overall good resolution and fairly tame level of bass. So look, that is the Kiwi Ears Orchestra Lite, and it is a really good IEM. It's very nice. It is not something I would use as a daily driver. I could live with it definitely, because it's not fatiguing to listen to. It's just that it's just a little bit sounds quite safe in its tuning. I like something with a little bit more zing to it, a little bit more flavor, if you will. But like I said, for those who want something that's neutral, or for content creators or musicians who want something that's very accurate in terms of tone and timbre, and with something with excellent passive noise isolation, these are a really good choice. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Parfam audiophile style. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. And until next time, I'll see you later.